Welcome back, everybody, to episode 21 of Heroes of Absalom, as we, Three Kobolds Gaming, play through a modified version of the Agents of Edgewatch AP Pathfinder 2nd Edition.
Our characters are now allowed to drink. Episode 21.
Yeah.
Now our characters can drink.
Old enough.
It's funny that you should mention that because theoretically you all are on a crash course with a very illegal underground club, so we'll see. We'll see what happens.
We're gonna have a party tonight. It's gonna be great.
How's everybody doing? Surviving the weather? Making sure the storm didn't, knock you out or anything?
Yo, it's gonna be a freaking gorgeous.
Yeah, I see it out there.
We got like
what?
15 minutes of torrential downpour bookended by just clouds, which is awesome.
Yeah.
So great.
Yeah. Couldn't see like 4 feet out of my window, and then it was gone.
I was gone.
Oh, well.
Before we move into this episode, Will, I'd like to talk a little bit about last week, and if you'll permit me, well, if you'll allow me, I'd like to force you to reveal a little bit behind the GM screen a little bit, because I want to compliment you, which is why I think you'll allow this.
Go on.
Well, so last week I was so convinced the doctor was fine because Daniel had been affected, and I forgot, I knew, but I forgot that since he crit fumbled, he went down 2 steps of the disease. And then EG and I also had to roll on it. And you said the same exact thing to both EG and to me when we rolled whatever we rolled on it. So I was like, okay, we both have to be fine.
You're fine.
Like we have to be fine. I was so caught off guard when you said I started getting affected by it.
Did he lie? Did he lie about you being fine as you rolled?
When you rolled, you felt no effects. I mean, that's one of the things that I think every GM begins. You start off having to do it consciously, choosing your words very carefully. But it just kind of, as you GM more and more, and as you DM or whatever, you get to the point where for things that don't happen immediately, and this is, especially for diseases and things that, you might not see the effects of for hours, right? Especially when the players know their roles and their outcomes, like we're not doing all secret checks or anything. You've just got to be ambiguous about it because, and I'll pull back that screen a little bit, Dr. Forsyth rolled a 17 on a Fortitude save. Twinkletolls rolled an 18 on a DC 18 Fortitude save. So you
said the same thing to both of us.
And and I left it. I said, you feel like nothing happened, or something along those lines, where it's ambiguous, but it's true to what you feel in the moment, because in the moment you don't have the effects of that disease. It was really funny because I was texting my dad about it too, because as I've mentioned before, he's a avid supporter. Really appreciate that, and he likes laughing at whatever you guys get into. And he was like, I texted watch this 2 seconds before I announced the fact that that Dr. Forsyth saw the effects
Wow,
of
you
the
gave
disease.
him a little sneak peek beforehand.
Because
Watch what I do to my friend right here.
Like a no-look three-pointer where it's like, hey, watch this, and then you just shoot it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Because, well, he texted me over the break and he was like, wow, they're in some trouble. And I was like, oh yeah, just you wait. I was like, watch this. But no, it's just one of those things where it's...
You had me genuinely shook. I was so convinced I was fine.
Yeah,
what a cool moment that is because of those techniques that you kind of pick up over the years, right?
Well, and it worked out. The timing worked out so perfectly because you
well,
all...
And it makes sense why you were asking us about how long things were taking now. I was wondering why you were being so specific about that. It didn't even dawn on me that I had been affected or that anyone else had. But it makes so much sense.
Well, it was
how long does that going to take? Yeah.
It was literally an hour between when Bassro got cured and when Forsyth's next stage occurred. So we go through the cure on Bastro, spell, everything. Johnny leaves because he's
Yeah.
like, all right, I'm
That was the
done.
worst
Like,
part.
I did my thing. This is what you hired me. I'm done. Leaves. You guys are like settling in, trying to figure out what's going on. And then Forsyth has to roll another fortitude save that he failed to move on to the next step of the disease progression. I mean, I couldn't have planned it any better.
Oh,
I remember-
I just wanted to say props to the GM. That's all.
I remember thinking, like, I thought the same thing as you, Ben, when he was being very specific about time duration. And I was like, that seems weird. But he could also, like, I don't know how much of this is because we are now creating a content game rather than playing our own home game. So I was like, maybe he's just helping, like, the viewers or whoever's new to the game kind of follow along on what's going on. Maybe he's just trying to get his own, like, outside of this room world together. But it's curious to think, like, if that was a game off stream, I would have been like, Will, you're being weird, and I don't like it. I know something's going to happen to me, but I just completely wrote it off. Like
Well,
you said,
and-
I just, like, didn't even think about it.
You know, for what it's worth, time does pass. I mean,
Mhm.
a lot of it we just kind of blow over because we end up spending, half the day walking from point A to point B. But, sometimes you do need to go, like, all right, there's a difference between, like, 9 a.m. and 10 a.m. There's a
Yep.
difference between, like, morning and afternoon for when things are going on around you.
Especially in a city, right?
in
I
a
mean, like, I'm
city,
assuming
yeah.
that Absalom never sleeps,
Especially
much
when
like
you
New
need
York
to,
City.
like-
So,
Especially when you need to have an alibi or something. Like,
Totally, yeah.
can't imagine why you'd need that. But,
Right.
yeah, so that
I've been
disease
listening
checks...
to a lot of true crime stuff recently.
But I think nothing will beat for me the feeling of somebody searching for traps, failing the perception check on a really high roll that they know of, and saying, as far as you can tell, there's no traps. And then they try to pick the lock and they get
Trap.
blasted by a fireball. Like,
Great. Great.
The best.
Great.
I like it. I don't know.
I love that separation from player knowledge and character knowledge, though. It's like, it's a lot of fun to play off of.
Yeah.
sometimes.
Right.
I completely agree, EG. Yeah, it's one of the cool parts of these games.
Like, Jack knows something is fishy, but Kashak would have no idea, so you can't act on your own instincts. It's horrifying.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why I just make characters who are exactly like me. Anyway,
I'm not role playing. This is a self insert.
This is
all of my characters are Mary Sue's. Just kidding, Mary Sue's don't exist.
I have a theory that no one has ever made a character that does not have some element of
Of
so it's not
self-insertion,
semi-autobiographical. I don't think it's
Yeah, you
like,
have
possible.
to to. You only can write what you know.
exactly. There is some part of every character you've ever played that is similar to you, and not like a role play moment where you like had to think on the fly. Like something about the design of the character that you made in its backstory and its build, whatever it is. But I don't think that there's like a world where that's ever happened.
My
Perfect.
first D&D character that I made, Will psychoanalyzed very thoroughly.
Gross.
Hey, I asked because
He was like, oof, and I was like, what? And he was like, nope, and I was like, what?
That's funny. Oh, that's funny.
that's
really
a story
good.
for another time.
That's really good.
Anyway, we return
Around O.
to our opportunistic obstinacy of operant outsiders as they
Okay.
grow ever closer to the House of the
Ooh,
Plains.
I liked that one. Wait, I liked that one.
Delving
Oh.
deeper into the caverns beneath Eastgates towards their goal, they ran afoul of some frenzied flying fiends named, and I've been corrected and recorrected and told again, named Vargui,
There you go.
who dealt...
No, Barghoul.
I
No!
don't want to do this right now. I don't want to do this. I had enough trouble last week.
Vargully?
Vargui, who dealt some decent damage as they shrieked most of the group into paralysis. Using the opening, they kissed their prey. However, this kiss transferred to some of the group a rather deadly disease. Bastro critically failed an important fortitude save and fell victim to the Vargui's transformation disease, causing him to immediately lose all of his hair, which, by the way, is still a thing.
Yep.
Uh,
All is Basco.
This forces the group to retreat after dealing with the Vargui. and regroup as they try everything in their power to stymie the progress of the disease, up to and including hiring a cleric of Erastil named Johnny Greenfoot, who successfully
Johnny!
cures Bastro.
Johnny!
JGF.
But as they recover, it is revealed
JGF, yeah.
soon thereafter that Dr. Forsyth had also contracted the disease. And the group became desperate to resolve the new problem, as they'd exhausted their resources on Bastro. Johnny is called upon once again, but needs a night's rest to prepare the requisite spell. And after a harrowing night, Johnny arrives early in the morning to attempt once again to remove the disease from Xavier, much to Xavier's chagrin. But he does so successfully, and the group is left to themselves in Desmond's cabin to decide their next move. You all, it's about...
That the doctor joined the Blue Man Group when he lost his hair. Just wanted to put that out there in the world.
Why do I have such great rhythm all of a sudden? Is that one of the side effects? Desmond is now huddled over the fire at one side of the cabin. The smell of bacon and harsh, bitter coffee now begins to emanate throughout the cabin as you all, in your various morning preparations, have a moment to breathe as Johnny takes his payments from Twinkletoes and Bastro and bids a somewhat fond farewell, having made more in the past 24 hours than he has in the past 2 months from some lucky or unlucky in your case diseases. What would you all like to do?
Well, it's the morning and we're all rested, so I guess we just go back, right?
Get back out there, yeah.
Yeah. You
We all-
mean EG?
if we don't have any indication that like any other side effects are going to come up or anyone else is in immediate danger, I don't see a reason why we wouldn't just cross back into
Yeah, I mean,
How does the doctor look?
the garbage.
so
Very bald.
Bald.
yeah, bald. But if you all recall,
Emotionally.
the Dr. Forsyth had actually progressed farther than Bastro in the disease just due to the course of time that he was left with it. And it actually sprouted bat wings from his ears and like
God.
disgusting tentacles from
So
his
awful.
face and the back of his head. Those were all like magically burnt away. And his ears are, while they seem to be like all kind of like that new fresh skin, like after you get a cut or
Oh.
something, it's like
Nice
that really tender, like
Oh yeah.
bluish.
Yeah, you know that
Yeah.
fresh skin
A
that you
nice
guys get?
fresh
Yeah.
skin,
Quality
baby.
fresh
Well,
skin.
Yeah.
All right, like you used to like get a road rash, right? And then
Yeah.
like a day or two after, it's that really tender, like really, but it's like his ears are back to normal outside of that.
When you go to that new
Just
farm
like-
to table restaurant, it's just like right off the truck, that fresh, delicious skin.
Oh,
They're
God.
just like
All
a
right.
deeper.
I don't know why you guys
tone
needed to
of
take it to the
blue.
9th degree, but
Yeah, I'm trying to
Why did he
bring
phrase
it
it
up.
like
They're
that?
like a deeper tone of blue. They look like freshly healed.
yeah,
skin.
Yeah.
I think
That's what we're going at.
like physically the doctor's fine. Emotionally, he's all sorts of fucked up right now.
I could only imagine. That was
How is he
quite the journey.
portraying himself?
He is very he's laying down on the bed still, I think. If we're, resuming in media res, he's still laying down.
Yeah.
And he is just like silent. He's not going to be the first one to like start talking or start making a plan. He is very, I think, introspective and just reserved. He's just laying down, like maybe he's rolled over onto his side now. Like he's not really in the mood for much right now, but he does understand the like importance of the mission that we were on before we had to deal with this stuff.
I mean, Dr. Forsyth had nothing short of a mental breakdown, a very real, authentic, nervous attack, like a real crisis of faith and information and knowledge. So it's probably going to weigh on him, I think.
Twinkle Toes
definitely
is
get away on
gonna.
it.
Yeah.
Twinkle Toes will go, just like sit on the cot next to him and just like put her hand on his shoulder. Just sit with him.
I think the doctor, like, he doesn't push your hand away or anything, and just I think he just sort of likes the like feeling of someone being near him at the moment.
After a bit of time just kind of left in the silence, Desmond pulls a mug or the metal pot off of the fire, and begins to offer mugs of fresh brewed coffee. It's black. He doesn't have any cream or anything or sugar. It seems like a very rustic individual. Not many amenities about the cabin to kind of comfort anyone with, but is doing what he can with, some toast, bacon, and black coffee. Offers it around if anyone would like to partake.
For sure.
Yeah, Master takes some.
Desmond,
Yeah.
what is this drink that you've given everyone?
Kashak, you've never heard of coffee before?
It's
Have you ever had
coffee.
anything like this before? It gets you real energized for a hard day of work. We have to go back out there.
Coffee?
Oh, coffee.
No, coffee.
Yeah, there you go.
No, I can't say I've ever had any of this. Is it good?
It's by itself, it's pretty bitter, but I don't see any sugar or cream around. So
There are some people who think it sort of tastes like death, and other people who enjoy that. So
I think very nervously he'll take the much too small mug in his hands and take one sip. And then you'll just see like his gator serpent eyes like slit really, really tight. And just this gigantic grin go on his like gator face, and you see all these teeth coming out, and he says, "This is the greatest thing I've ever tried."
Oh gosh. Desmond has unwittingly created the worst caffeine addict to ever grace the face of Solarian.
And he will just be sipping that pretty much like as quickly as he can with the heat, and he'll just like,
Whoa, you're gonna want to calm down there, Kashak. That's it's not gonna feel too good when all that hits your stomach at the same time.
yeah, you're gonna start to get the shakes if you drink too much of that. By the way.
Take some toast. You take some toast.
takes an entire loaf of toast in his mouth, an entire slice of
Loaf?
toast.
A loaf.
An entire loaf of toast.
Well,
You know how you toast loaves in whole
that
time?
was my bread
It's
for
just
the
burnt.
week.
It's just a burnt loaf of bread.
It's just a Kashak eats an entire burnt loaf of bread.
Burnt loaf of bread?
Desmond slaved over.
My God.
That's what the coffee does to that man.
It had like
Oh my
dropped
God.
into the fire by accident, and Desmond was pulling it out to get rid of it. Kashak just grabs it.
like a corn on the cob.
Oh my God.
Kashak is ready for the day.
Oh my god, that's so funny. Oh,
Now,
holy shit.
I know you all have had a tough night. I appreciate that, but looks like you're on the other side of it, and well, one of the benefits, I'd say, of the House of the Plains is its popularity. Regardless of the time that you get there, somebody's gonna be there to talk to. So
So back into the
I'm
beholder's
not-
den, if you will.
I'm not forcing y'all. I'm just saying there's still some people missing out there that we need to get a track of.
No, you understand.
We have a mission, and we did not accomplish it on our first journey. It's our obligation to go back.
Doctor, are you all right to go?
Yes, I will be fine. Yes.
Well,
I think he like somberly sits up.
suppose that settles it then. Y'all are welcome back here if you need anything, but hopefully next time I see you, we'll have a little bit more information to work with.
And we're off.
Yep.
Let's go, secreteers.
So it's about another. It's about a 20-minute walk back to the graveyard where you all had found the basically secret tunnel in the crypt that led down into the. Yes, precisely. Down into the caverns below Eastgate. You all make it back. It's as you all left. It doesn't seem like anyone has been in or out. After a quick
Whisper
search.
Brothers.
At least not since you left. If anyone would like to search, you're more than welcome to roll a survival.
I think that
Check.
Kashak would like have to leave the party if he didn't do that.
It's
Survival.
actually
Survival.
anathema for Kashaw.
Yeah, right.
too.
That's a 9 survival, so maybe he's not paying as close attention.
Yeah, I
as you
mean,
think he is.
It looks pretty much exactly the same as you left it. I mean, you all left in a hurry, so it's not like you took the time to really imprint the room in your mind precisely how it was. But as far as you can tell, there's nothing different. Doesn't look like anyone's rummaged through anything, been down here, and it's pretty simple to get back down. The ladder itself goes down about 30 feet before you get to that landing. The winding kind of downward sloped carved tunnel that leads farther down and down to a stone staircase, the worked stone staircase that switchbacks even further down, now maybe 150 160 feet under the surface. And once more, you all pop out, and I'll refer you to roll 20.
We're gonna do the same rough orientation, Bastro, and with the torch right behind Kashak up front, and then Forsyth and Twinkletoes behind. Does that make sense?
Yeah, Twinkle Toes in the back, just to
Okay.
protect.
Bastro, you can't cast light.
Nope.
Okay.
I have
So-
many cantrips, but that's not one of them.
And unfortunately, Twinkle Toes' star quality does not produce.
Does not count. Yeah. I don't think Penumbra can cast light either. I think.
Nor does her bright personality.
Okay.
Seems it
But you
does.
all make it back into where you first arrived out into the caverns. Once again, this strange, almost street level of a city, long buried. The masonry, the walls that still stand down here, creating that eerie, haunting almost vision of a city underground. What
I
would
say
you
we
like
just
to do?
go.
Yeah. Let's keep moving here.
Yeah.
I think we just.
Stealthily, though.
Yeah, should we roll stealth maybe, or should we just?
Yeah.
I'll roll stealth.
I'll roll
Sure.
stealth. Fuck it.
Might be a good idea to
Go
roll
ahead and roll.
stealth. Yeah.
Oh my god. It's a 10 for
Oh
Kashak.
no, it's not good.
Sorry, no, that wasn't at your. Was that,
Like.
Suck it, Kashak.
is that my natural 18?
Did you even try, bro?
I rolled a 2, so no.
21 for the doctor.
I got 13.
Okay, so you all feel
I rolled a 26.
you feel relatively
Yo.
confident
Yo.
about your stealth. That being said, you are carrying a torch through
Right.
darkness. Take that how you will. But
Try not to like clink.
once again, you come up to and you now see the kind of like acid burns along the stone
Yeah.
here, where the gelatinous cube had been dispersed. You see that like some of the slime had run down and leaves like a little etched trail that leads down into this chasm here.
I think Kashak will be pretty much chilling as he walks through most of this, but then once he gets to about here and he can start to see around the corner into the larger room with the bridge, I think he'll roll a perception check on the room here.
Sure. Go
Just
ahead.
make sure nothing's changed too much or nothing's all that different. 20. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Yeah, no, it doesn't look any different. Once more, there's this like sturdy wooden bridge that crosses the chasm. I mean, it doesn't look like it was built by architects by any means, but it is functional. It is sturdy. You'll have crossed it before without any issue. Nothing seems to have changed. If anything, there's might be a little bit more rubble and like loose stone that had been falling from like this area. As you know, if you recall, the Whisker brothers mentioned some kind of tectonic disturbance, some rumblings, some like shifts down here that had both collapsed them in on this side where you had moved those boulders, and also opened up this like chute up to the graveyard above, which is where the ghouls were able to get in from.
Gotcha. I think Tectonic Disturbance is also my progressive rock band name, so if you wouldn't mind me stealing that, I'm gonna take that right now. You go across the bridge and go into the room where we met the Whisker brothers, and go back up to that door. I don't think we established that we closed the door.
There's no physical door there. What it was is an archway that was blocked off by
right.
The boulder.
It's marked via the normal map symbol for a door, but it's not technically a door.
Right. I think it'll just kind of cruise down the stairs. I can't see, like, there's not a landing here, right? I can't see into the room from here.
There is a landing, but it doesn't overlook anything. There's a wall there. Yeah.
So once I get to a place where I can see a significant portion of the room, I'd like to roll perception on this area as well again, just to make sure, again, nothing has changed. Nothing's going to knife me in the back. 27.
As far as you're aware, nothing is going to knife you in the back.
Forsyth, you haven't gone there?
Doing a little tango, running around each other.
They're both, like, dancing like they have to pee, but Kashak is saying, no, not in the stairwell.
We've had too much coffee. We're just too excited.
So Kashak will want to go the same way the doctor went the first time, this way, and try to get
to the left. Yeah,
to the...
One of the side effects of our Vargui transformation is overactive kidneys.
Can Bastra roll perception on the water if there's like anything weird about it?
Sure.
Or anything in there? Yeah. Ooh, that's pretty good. 14 plus.
Oh, wait, we have
a 19.
19?
Yes.
Yeah, so if Kashak had mentioned it prior, because he had also done this when you were here last time, there's like this small bioluminescent fish that kind of just flutter in and out of this like little kind of river, which looks like it's being fed through some larger body of running water that curls out under the rock over here to your west. So you can see them like popping in and out through some kind of tunnel in the wall there. But in terms of anything else, there's like, there's some kind of cave, fungus that's like growing up along the sides of the rock and maybe up onto the shore here. Maybe some like algae covering the surface here, but nothing of interest. Yeah.
Twinkletoes will go up alongside Bastro and say, I heard that if you eat one of those bright fish, that it'll give you eternal life.
Bastro takes out his fishing tackle from his backpack and he starts to cast a line into the pond to try
We are in a hurry right now, Bastro.
You just said there's eternal life in front of me and you expect me not to pass up on it?
We have a mission, Bastro.
Fine. Bastro reels in his rod, puts away his fishing tackle, and he follows the crew. We're coming back here, by the way.
Twinkletoes waits the 5 minutes it takes you to actually create a lure on one of the hooks before she says any of this.
The whole time.
Yeah. I had to tie the knot and everything on the hook.
Before you have to
now you can't do it.
Spool the fishing line back up.
Now you have to take the 5 minutes to set it back down. Yeah.
His 3-piece fishing rod now broken down in his hands again, dejectedly putting it in his pack.
So Kashak wants to.
Kashak,
we're not in a hurry, right?
As you get up here,
right,
you notice that there appears to be like almost like a sinkhole up here to your north, with a little trickle of water that kind of pops over the edge here, like as the pond kind of laps up against it, a little bit of the water trickles over. But as you're watching that, you notice that there is some kind of faint glow, a faint orange glow that seems to be coming from somewhere in that sinkhole. You can't see the bottom of it from here.
The ground is a higher elevation than the water, but then there's the sinkhole.
Sort of.
Okay.
There's like a lip right here.
Got it. Yeah.
If you see like it's hard to see on the map, but the ground begins to like rise here. So the edge of the shore, right here, the elevation begins to gradually increase.
Yeah, it looks like there's like a cliffside or like
very
a bank.
slightly.
Yeah.
And as the water laps up, there's like a small trickle like that pops over.
Okay.
Just looks like it's starting to erode down here, whatever's going on here.
Okay.
Um,
I'm gonna
but
take
yeah.
one step forward, and then can I perception or past the sinkhole, see if what this is just wall or what's behind it. Just kind
Sure,
of check
yeah.
all my corners
yeah,
here.
absolutely.
20 again on perception
20 again.
behind it. Yeah.
It looks like there's just a wall back here. Yeah, you're looking past it. You're saying?
Yeah, like is that just wall?
Yeah, it appears just to be a wall.
Okay. I'm gonna walk up to the sinkhole.
Who's what?
Yeah, who's doing this? I'm so scared.
It's so
It was me.
that's so funny.
No,
Let me step just right over here so you can delete those arrows.
I was trying so hard not to just yeet
delete
your
Kachak.
icon off of here. Go ahead and roll me a
Um,
perception check. I'm assuming that's where
there
you're
we
going with this.
Yep. That is a 14 perception.
14, and you're looking like down into the hole.
Down. I want to see the source of the light.
Sure. So you peek over the edge, and it looks to be about a 15-foot like sinkhole, where there appears to be like loose rock and sand in some standing water at the bottom. Not very much. Looks to be like maybe 2 feet of standing water. But you see like as the water is like dripping in, it's like, eroding down, and then you watch as the water level slowly decreases, and then the wave comes back over and adds a little bit more water. So like the ground is slowly giving way under there for whatever natural reason. But
I would stand back from the edge if I were you, lads.
We want to end the hole.
the interesting thing about this hole is the fact that there appears to be a body at the bottom of it. A body that appears, from your perception check, it was high enough to see that the body is like half decomposed. Like you can make out like robes. They're like dirty and brown and tattered. What appears to be an ever-burning torch,
Cool.
which is what is emitting the light. But the body itself is like bloated from the water.
Yeah. The water.
And gross, and you see it like sloshing around in the standing water. It's gross. You see like parts of the skin are starting to split from the bloat. It's not pretty, but there's at least a torch, an ever-burning torch down there. You don't know what else is down there.
Does the wall seem climbable?
Yeah, you'd definitely be able to
Does
climb it.
Kashak like say all this?
I don't think he said anything yet. Wall looks
Okay.
climbable.
Which makes
Okay.
sense, because as you're looking over,
Still looking at it. Yeah.
you're still like looking down, peering into the hole. I'd like you to roll me a reflex save.
I knew it!
Oh,
I'm gonna
Yep.
fall in the
Yep.
hole. Oh baby, that is a natural 1 for a 10.
So
into the hole you go.
you are gonna fall into the hole,
Okay.
but it's not for the
Isn't there a
reason you
reaction
think.
yet?
Because
Oh.
as you are looking over, the rest of you watch as a small dark figure detaches from the roof of the cavern above, flying down, not flying, but literally just falling down at the form of Kashak, who is leaning over and landing on his back, knocking him into the hole. And I'd like everybody to go ahead and roll me initiative.
Jeez.
God.
What's happening?
Oh, I don't like this.
I do.
We know you do. We know you do.
I'm rolling perception, right? So
You are
this would
rolling
activate-
perception.
This would activate my scout's warning, so I would scream at the kick in the head I got from a thing, and then you guys would all get +2 to your initiative.
Nice.
I'm still. I have a.
You all right there, Ichi?
Yeah, what did
Yeah,
just happen?
my lights just went off, but like my computer didn't.
Cool.
I don't know. Just 1 second.
Kashak, what'd you roll?
24. I'm trying to decide whether I am an ally for this scout's warning thing.
We'll go with it until we find out otherwise. Dr.
20
Forsyth.
26.
I rolled an
23
18
for me.
total.
Sorry, what was that, Dr. Forsyth?
18.
18. Bastro?
12.
12. And
Rolling
Twinkle
high.
Toes?
23.
23. Okay. So, this small, actually medium technically, but this like, it almost looked like and I always mess this up, stalactite or stalagmite from the ceiling?
Tight.
Tight.
Stalactite
ceiling.
looking object like detaches from the roof of the cavern, but then falls the what I would consider the like wider section, flips over, turning down, and you see these like tendrils peel out, revealing teeth as this worm-like creature descends, hitting Kashak in the back as he's looking over. Kashak, you stumble into the pit, falling the 10 to 15 feet down. You will take
300 points of damage.
5 points of bludgeoning damage from the
Yeah, the
fall.
You were close.
Wait, isn't fall damage? You don't roll for fall damage in 2e, don't right?
Correct. Half the distance you fell.
Correct. I rolled and then remembered that. So.
Oh, okay.
But then you will also, let's see if this thing hits you with its bite attack. 18 against your AC?
Hits my AC exactly.
Oh, baby. So these teeth,
Excuse me.
accelerated due to gravity, slamming you into the back for 9 more points of piercing damage.
Ow.
Yeah, man, this thing is gnarly.
14 total from the teeth and the fall.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tis, no bueno.
Ow.
No bueno indeed. And that will run around to Kashak's turn. Kashak, you are now in the pits, prone, with this creature pseudo on top of you. It's not grappling you or anything, just ended up on top of you. I'm leaving it
in
here
the
just
hole
for
with me?
clarity's purpose, but it's in the hole with you.
Is it attached to me?
It's not attached, it's not grappling, it is just currently on top of you due to how you
in the
fell.
hole with me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna claw attack it.
Alright, go ahead and roll to hit.
I'm gonna strike out at it with my claws. Very, very surprised and scared. That is a 26 to hit.
That'll hit.
For 5
Ah.
points of slashing damage.
5 points of slashing damage.
Here comes another claw. That is a 20. Nope, 21 to hit.
21 hits.
For 9 points of slashing damage.
Jeez.
Last attack, you're probably going to miss. Definitely going to miss. So 3 attacks out, 2 hits.
Okay. That will bring up Twinkletoes. As you're like slashing, you're like sloshing around in this standing water on your back, like knocking in. You feel just like
On
the-
top of a dead
on
body.
top of the dead body. You just like
Wild.
bumping elbows with this corpse and squishing and making gross noises. Twinkletoes, you watch.
And he's definitely making noises like he's like like grunting and shouting at this thing that he doesn't really know what it is
Yeah.
yet. So he's definitely making a bunch of noise down there.
Twinkletoes, you see the shape just like fly down at him, knock him down, and you hear the splash and the struggle. What are you gonna do?
I am going to, 5, 10, 15.
This creature is actually in here, by the way, for purposes of.
Oh,
It's
well,
in the hole.
that.
Put it like right here, maybe next to me in the water. Someone's gonna walk there.
Okay,
Yeah.
so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, I suppose. I will. Is it in arm's reach of me? Can I slash at it, or
No, it's about 10 feet down.
10 feet down? Okay, I am going to take out my crossbow
Okay.
and load it.
All right.
I suppose that is my turn.
That is the end of Twinkletoe's turn. Dr. Forsyth.
The doctor is going to go 5, 10, 15. He's going to drop his silver short sword. His second action is going to be to draw his short bow. And the third action, he's just going to roll a recall knowledge on this thing. Figure out what the heck it is.
That is going to be occult
Occult. Nice. All right.
or occultism.
That's an 11 total.
You're not sure. You're really not sure. It looked like a stalactite until it wasn't, and now it's just some kind of like worm-like creature with teeth and weird open tentacle-y things. Yeah, it's hard to say.
The token.
All right.
The token art is so gross. It's like this face
Yeah.
sucker worm thing. It's awful.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Horrifying.
That's the doctor's turn.
Just little.
Yeah, don't want any of that. No,
Yeah,
get
it's,
out of here.
it's gross. It's gross.
Reminds me of
Get back in the hole.
Demogorgon from
Yeah, it is
Little
kind
bit,
of
little bit. It's got
Yeah,
that, like,
actually it does.
face
That
opening
mouth.
multiple ways.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the doctor's turn. Bastro.
All right, Bastro's gonna join his friends around the fight pit between Kashak and this worm thing. He's gonna second action cheer on Kashak, stoke his heart.
Nice.
Go Kashak, go! You can beat
They're
him.
just
go.
like
Go, go, go.
tossing
So
copper
surrounding the
pieces
fight
down
pit
at you,
with
betting.
Kashak in there with this like blood sucking worm,
I'm just
throwing money or something. Like I don't know.
He bets on who's gonna win.
Yeah,
or
exactly.
whoever the wizard.
Third action, I'll recall knowledge too. You said it's a cult.
Occultism.
Yeah. That's so funny. We're just surrounding this pit with Kashak in it. We can't help him at all.
What else would you do? You know, like
There's nothing else. Wow, that's awful. 12. 13,
Same
I'm
deal.
sorry, I can't
Yeah,
do math.
you're having trouble identifying specifically what this creature is. It's hard to see it. It's dark. You still got that like adrenaline rush. You just can't quite piece it out yet. Okay, that's the end of your turn. Bastard.
Yes, that was my third action.
Okay.
I just realized we probably should check the ceiling for more of these things, but no one did.
I had the same exact thought. Literally the same thought. I was like, oh, I
And
should
we're
have done
all
that.
surrounding the pit too, so it's
Yep.
fantastic.
Yep, it's great. It's really great.
did you guys all start falling in the pit with me? We just have like a little dog pile. Be nice. Be a good moment.
It's gonna be a fun time.
Yeah.
On the bright side, you crush the Grick to death. On the less than bright side, you also crush Kashak to death. Speaking of the creature whose name I just mentioned, because that
Yeah.
happens way too often,
Didn't
it's gonna take a tentacle attack at Kashak. Ooh, 25. That's gonna get
that
you.
it's yeah.
That will be for.
Are you serious?
It is deadly serious.
Yeah.
11 points of piercing. Or excuse me, this is slashing.
Oh.
As this
Good.
like razor sharp tentacle mouthy thing just slams into you.
Ew.
It's then gonna try to bite you with its gross, gnarly, nasty teeth. 16 is not gonna hit you.
Yes.
Even while you're prone.
Oh, I didn't get up, did I? Is prone flat-footed?
Yeah.
I think prone is just flat-footed.
Then 16 would hit. Yeah, I forgot I was prone last turn.
God.
I didn't realize.
It's a good thing you took that third attack, though. Ooh, another 10 points of piercing damage.
Unconscious.
Unconscious. About to add to the stack of dead bodies at the bottom of this pit.
Just took 35 points of damage in 2 turns.
Yeah, that's insane.
I'll do it.
Man. Well, in that case,
Shoot.
You just hear the writhing that like this 260-pound alligator just like go limp.
yeah, the splashing and the struggle all of a sudden just stops. And you hear this odd squelching as the worm-like creature begins to, like, grab with its tentacle out of the rocks above it, and it's now, like, slithering up the side of this hole. It gets about 5 feet up before it has to stop. That'll bring it around to...
Gross.
Well, it would have been Kashak, but, Twinkle Toes.
Alright, I'm gonna shoot it.
Oh, wait. It's still Kashak. Kashak, go ahead and roll me a death saving throw.
That's not how that works. I go before the creature, right?
No,
Yeah,
he goes
you
to
were
the end of the.
Oh, you go right. You
the
go to the
initiative.
yeah.
Yeah, the initiative order.
It's Twinkle Toes' turn.
That
Like I
specific
said.
thing you just tried to do is why it works that way.
I'm not
Awesome.
cheating. You're cheating. Twinkle Toes.
Dying.
I'm gonna shoot it. It's gonna be an 18 to hit.
An 18 just misses.
Wow.
No!
Thing is slippery.
What?
Really?
That's not
Really,
good.
Really.
Zoinks. I'm gonna reload and try again.
This is not good, y'all.
You send an arrow straight into Kashak's heart.
It's a natural 15 for a 19.
19 hits. Go ahead and roll
Yes.
damage.
Okay. 2 points of damage.
Points.
Damage is damage is damage. I'm gonna move you out of the way since you're no longer relevant.
Fine. 2
2 points of damage. That was Twinkle Toes' third action. One bolt whips by it, lands in the dead body next to Kashak. Reloads, pops another shot off, grazing right across one of the tentacles. Tense. Dr. Xavier Forsyth.
And just to clarify, it went up 5 feet of the 15 feet hole.
Yes.
Okay.
Did it getting shot affect that at all?
No.
Yeah, does it have to make a save? No.
Nope.
Okay. What would happen if I jumped into the pit?
You take
Take
damage.
falling damage,
Yeah.
probably.
Well, like, I don't know if we've ever dealt with like squeezing rules. Is that a thing here?
You wouldn't be squeezing.
Because there's only.
You wouldn't be squeezing.
Okay, then the
There is
doctor.
squeezing.
I think there is.
I have no
but-
idea.
Okay.
So, first action, the doctor. Well, free action. The doctor's actually gonna drop his short bow. Second action, he's gonna. Actually, no, he's not gonna do that. Just kidding. First action, he's just gonna jump into the pit. So
you take
I'll take
5
whatever
points of damage.
whatever the requisite falling damage is. 5, you said.
5 points of damage. Or
Second
seven.
action.
7, actually.
7. Okay. Second action, I am going to battle medicine Kashak.
Okay.
How's this gonna work?
That's why I was asking about squeezing.
How's this gonna work?
I am
Poorly,
gonna
but we'll figure it
roll.
out.
I'm gonna roll medicine for this. Natural 19 for a lot.
Yeah.
Oh god, I didn't,
You didn't
say the
declare
thing
it.
beforehand. I only am ever gonna roll though if I'm declaring it. Otherwise, I would just take assurance. Like that's why I rolled.
Right, and we can do that from now on. But for that roll, when you didn't specifically say it, and then you get a 19,
What did you miss out on?
Okay, well, from now on, if I'm rolling, that means I'm elevating the DC to 20. Otherwise, I'm just always gonna take assurance because with assurance I automatically pass.
The 15. Yep.
Yeah, that sucks. Okay. Waste of a 19 too. All right. Well, you get some healing though.
Saving Kashak's life is a waste of a dice roll.
Well, no, the dice roll literally didn't
that's
do
what you
anything.
said.
Yeah.
This is the same amount of healing as if I hadn't rolled. But I rolled well. Let me make sure I'm doing this math correctly. So you don't get 16, 18. It's 20 points of healing, though.
God damn.
20 points of healing.
20 points wounded one. Nice.
Kashak feels great.
And then third action, I'm gonna raise my buckler.
Okay. That is the end of Dr. Forsyth's turn. Basro.
All right. Well, now that Kashak's healed, that's good. So they're both in the pit now, Kashak and Dr.
Both
Forsyth.
in the pit.
Or
Now you-
hugging. Or just
Okay.
hugging.
Well, I guess
Hanging out.
Basra will just first action sustain his Stoke the Heart, so Kashak is still benefiting from that.
Okay.
He's
was gonna ask
happy
about
that
that, yeah.
Kashak's still alive.
Unconscious yet stoked, now conscious and double
No.
stoked.
He's
No.
unconscious, but he has like a thumbs up.
Especially now that he's
like,
awake.
great.
Yeah.
Second action, let me see. He'll cast guidance on Kashak. I'm sure
Okay.
Kashak wants some revenge on this worm
Bonus,
that almost took him
yeah.
out.
Thank you.
And third action, I can recall knowledge again, right? Or does that have a cooldown? No, I can't.
You
Okay.
you can if you haven't yet.
He did.
I have.
Oh yeah, I did.
Basro
oh,
also
yeah,
did.
okay.
You
Yeah, I
both rolled
did
it.
too.
Okay.
Yeah, so I won't do that then. I'm not gonna jump in there too. That's too silly.
Bring it on.
I mean-
Bring everybody in the 5x5 hole.
I mean, you could.
Shoot. Well, there's can't do.
I would rule that you wouldn't take the full damage, but then Kashak and Forsyth would also take some damage.
With the remaining. Be fun.
I honestly don't know what Bastero else what else Okay, I know. Bastero, he'll free action drop the torch and then he'll take a scroll out of his pocket belt or whatever it's called, and that'll be his third
Pocket
action.
belt. Okay. Pocket belt. Cool. So that was that, which means it's Kashak. Kashak, what would you like to do?
Kashak is going to take his first action to draw his bow. He sees Dr. Forsyth standing over him and therefore on top of him, can't cloud at the creatures, so he's going to kind of finagle his elbow, draw out his bow. He's going to take a second action to hunt prey on this jerk that knocked him unconscious, and let's take an arrow shot.
Hey,
You're gonna take a -2 to your attack.
Correct.
being
And then I will get a +1 from guidance, and then we'll get bonus damage if I hit. Come on, baby. Hero point, because I rolled a natural 1. I'm not going to allow that to exist in the world that we live in.
Not
Natural
today.
2. So I didn't roll any
Seriously?
better.
Hero point economy. You take it.
Good hero point economy right there. That is a 9.
A 9 doesn't hit.
I think a 9 is not going to work for me.
Oof.
He's got too many things to work around. You know, he's like tucked his arms in. There's the buckler standing over him. He's got Dr.
Yeah, it's a
Forsyth who's
tough
trying not
shot.
to hit.
It's a tough shot
Tough
to be
shot.
sure.
Tough shot.
Sadly, Kashak is just not good enough. So
Jeez.
the worm.
Never has
God.
been.
Oh my god.
Oof. The worm creature is going to turn around, seeing that his what he thought was a assured meal is no longer so sure, and will bite out at Dr. Forsyth. 23. I think I got you there, bud.
Oof.
This thing hits. This thing hits for
It's
sure.
gonna hit. It's gonna hit
Then
for sure.
you're muted.
I was muted. Sorry. I said I have a +5 buckler, so that misses.
I'd like to see your character sheet. That's gonna be 13 points of piercing.
Oh, God. Okay.
As like
It's
the entire mouth just kind of like wraps around the top of your head.
I don't need more things attaching to my face.
It's the
That's
closest part of
happened
your
enough.
body to this thing, and it's such a big shiny target now.
Ah.
It's just like these. You just feel all of these teeth just kind of sink in to the skin.
really hate that. I really
It's
hate it.
less than pleasant, especially if your name is Dr. Forsyth. Tentacle coming out, slashing once more at you. That's not gonna hit. Just for fun, I think we're gonna slash with the tentacle again. Natural 2, not gonna do. Dr. Forsyth.
Bars.
Wow.
Dr. Forsyth.
What? Isn't Twinkle Toes before me?
Oh yes, I'm sorry. Twinkle Toes.
Cool.
Very sorry.
So you said the wormy thing had moved up a bit. How far away is it now?
It's now it's 10 feet. I initially had said 10 feet, but the hole is 15 feet. So that was my
Gotcha.
bad. It is now
Okay.
10 feet away from you.
I am going to reload.
Yeah.
I am going to. I'm just gonna shoot at it. I mean, I think that's the best thing I
Pew
can do.
pew.
Pew pew.
Blah.
Cocked. Sorry, math. 21 to hit.
21 does hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Nice.
1 point of damage.
Are you sure Twinkle
Nice.
Toes didn't take the archer archetype? Yeah, this bolt comes whizzing down. How much damage did you say?
1. Just 1. Just the 1 point.
I keep accidentally hitting that.
I was like, that's
Flies
it!
away.
Flies off the screen.
Well, I have like 4 things on my keyboard, and it keeps like bumping into my arrow keys. And so when I click on a thing, it just across the
one of
screen.
them is one of them is
Yeah, I saw, I saw the doctor fly off the screen. I was like,
I don't think
we'll
that happened.
fix that.
I
I'm
don't
just not
think
gonna.
that happened. Yeah, this